Ah, good afternoon. You're just now getting out here. Um, on the entire drive out here, pretty much. I do a lot of thinking. It took me a half hour to get to this spot, going through the woods. Dude, I think there's somebody coming down the road already. I can't tell. Well, this is actually the lake. Here, I'm gonna. There is somebody coming down the road. God dang it. Come on. I'm just gonna walk up to the car. Damn it. I don't want to start retaping already. This kind of irritates me. This is the way it is. It's Labor Day weekend. How exciting. Well, anyway, this is the lake. This is Vandercook Lake. The road that we lived on when we were kids is across the lake there where the houses are. I don't know if you can even see them. But this is the lake that my dad once wanted their ashes spread in. I can't tell where those cars are coming from. See, now they're quiet again. I can't tell. And so, I haven't done any updates on. My sister got in a bad motorcycle accident, and I've been going back and forth. Come on. Come on. We're just gonna hang out up here. Well, this is actually a nice little walk going up here. Get my hand out of the way here. And so, I've been going up a lot. I've been, this whole thing was an eye-opener. Here, again. And, anyway, I've been liking it. I like the drive. And I just, this whole thing. Almost losing her. And, my own situation with my own little family here isn't, I don't know. It could be better. And I have thought and thought and thought about whether or not I should even talk about this. But this YouTube channel has really done a lot. I'm not sure I would have went up there up to Duluth if it weren't for me working my shit out on this. Because I don't have people. I don't have a person, Mike can only deal with so much. He's got his own issues. And that's a whole nother video, I feel like. But when I was up there a couple days ago, we went into the store that she works at. And I know she's going to watch this later. If I get it posted yet today. Either today or tomorrow. Depending on what time allows. But when we were up in the store there, all of her coworkers were, she almost died. So they were all hugging her and stuff, which is fine. Whatever. This isn't about that. Well, I just started shopping because I had never been in that store before. And it's a pretty fucking cool store. It's cheap and it's my kind of thing. Ollie's. Good stuff, cheap. Anyway, but I could overhear the conversation she was having in the next aisle, and she was telling one of her coworkers about how I have been coming up and we've been spending time and how much she likes it and how we've never really been close before, which I would have to agree. But I overheard all of that, and you know what? I feel the same way. And I know she's gonna watch this. I wish these damn ATVers or whatever they are would go by me. Although this is pretty back here. Anyway, I'm trying to avoid getting emotional here because I just, I have nobody down here. This isn't about just needing somebody. It's when I was driving up to Duluth, not knowing how bad this really was, other than what my nephew had told us, which it wasn't good. I cried all the way up there when it really started hitting me what the heck was going on here. And my parents are gone, and my daughter's off wherever, doing whatever. And dang it. See, you know what? That is just a pain. And I don't know. I just feel like I need family. I need my sister that has been through all of the shit through that house that I've filmed at. Whether she remembers it the same or whatever. Because in the last month, I don't know. I do feel like I feel different about my life. Because I don't know. There are days that are not so good. Not gonna get into how not good, but do I need to? I think people know I'm gonna be 50 years old, and life starts hitting you of what reality is. I don't see my grandkids. And it's hard. I don't like the situation the way it is. There's really just, unless I just want to be miserable all the fucking time, instead of just the few minutes. Because there was a time where it was all the fucking time. But now I can deal with the fact that I'm going to have these feelings, but then you know, despite that situation, my life is pretty quiet. I mean, this is what I do. Look at all the deer tracks. And it poured rain last night. Oh, I have a film of that actually. Because it came on quick. But this is pretty up here. I mean, look at this. And now I wanted on the way in here because, again, pay attention to how this looks. Because on the way in here, some trees have a little color to them. And you'll have that. It's freaking Labor Day weekend. I don't know if people realize. But the days are getting shorter. And the trees know it. Anyway. My point is that I think this family needs each other, and if this channel has really done a lot. I it's the powers that be that, and as miserable as all these experiences have been, I've had surgery. Now they've had a bad motorcycle accident. And all the crap that goes on in between. The gain of jobs and loss of jobs. And fucking trying to learn to live on less money. While you watch everything get more expensive and wonder how the fuck longer you're gonna... You know what? Don't even get me started. I had a nervous breakdown last night. And for the first time, this is going to go into Mike because, truthfully, he's, my son. And Mike are what I've got. And I'm not saying that like I'm frustrated with it or something. There's times where I'm frustrated with Mike, but I have to come to realize that he's got his own freaking wealth of hurt in his life. And he tries. And last night, he noticed in the couple of minutes that he really seen me yesterday, he noticed that I was wound up. And it's because I have to have more surgery. Or I guess it's not that I have to. I've got 2 hernias. And I can choose to live with them. But they bother me. So, I don't know. And that's a month off of work. And I don't make shit. And I don't know. Life has a way. And I've got all these things that need to be fucking fixed at my house. And Mike, I just said I got all this stuff going on, and I guess I had the timeline more in my head, worrying about that damn storage unit that situation isn't going to change. That shit can sit there for another 10 years and ain't going to make any flipping difference. Other than I pay on it. And, I have my own issues with hoarding. And a lot of that shit, I don't know. it's hard for me to deal with it. It's a whole wealth of memories. Well, alright. I'm assuming this is the way back. I'm realizing I wasn't paying that close attention. I see the lake up there, so. And I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. I just need to get the stuff at the house fixed. I don't live in another winter with frozen pipes. And Mike, when he responded, because I was just like, I was edging towards the fact of saying that I'm overwhelmed. And he just said, I'm starting to get to understand how you feel and what you go through in your head. And don't worry, you'll get it all done before the weather gets shitty. And you know what? That made me feel better. That's all it fucking took. But I guess I explained myself a little differently, and I... Moon, come here. What are you running after? Hey, Moon, come. You just running towards the car? Stay over here. Moon. Come here. Good boy. Good boy. All right. It's just the car. I'm just being careful. Never know what the heck you're walking up on. I don't know. They have the license plates in these videos. In any case, Moon, come here. There's somebody up there. Come on, let's get in the car quick. Stay here. Stay here. Good dogs. That is good dogs. Here, I got a handy dandy treat bag somewhere here in this belt of wealth. Ugh, all this equipment. Well, see, I knew there was somebody out here. Alright, I'm gonna turn. Because I can't do all this. But I got this handy dandy treat bag. Alright, come here. You guys get treats. You want a treat? There you go. I guess we're flipping the camera back around. Alright, what am I at here? 20 minutes, closing in on 20 minutes. So, I thought that was going to be way more emotional. Hey, stay over here. Good boy. I don't think I hear anything else. See, I would have thought that that guy was coming from a different way, but maybe they passed us. But anyway, this is Vandercook Lake again. And there. That all being said, because I kind of wish that Mike would also see this video, but whatever, he won't. He don't like this kind of stuff. Whatever, it is what it is. That being said, I'm hungry. I would like to talk to Mike a little bit before I go to work. I think, well, I'm going to walk up to the opening to the lake up here and then go back to the car. So, there, see? I talk through my feelings. You get upset. Time passes. Life moves on, right? As shitty as sometimes it seems. Everything has a way. But I will say something. Watching all this stuff go down, I don't know how I feel about this, my place even in this community. You know, I'm so afraid to leave it, but you know, there weren't a lot of people around willing to help when I needed it, and that everybody around my sister is so supportive. And I don't know what the difference is, other than the people in this town just have no sense of actual community. But whatever. This is where I am right now, and I don't know how I feel about actually moving. But my sister has some plans that I'd go up there, I'd commute, at least initially, if I can, and see where life goes from there. That's what I have to say. So, I guess I will wrap this up. I guess we needed a moment of silence, because sometimes silence is okay, right? Gives you time to sort things out. Straighten the messy middle out. It's Brene Brown. She does a lot of vulnerability stuff. And you gotta work shit out. There's the messy middle. There's the beginning and the end. And the messy middle. And the messy middle story has to be told. You have to be able to talk about it. It doesn't make you living in the goddamn past. It makes you vulnerable to work things out, because that's what we have to do. And some of us need time. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. This is Jen from Jen's House of Zen, reminding people to be kind to each other and listen. And I am doing the best with what I have been given. Everybody have a beautiful day.